Hi, you guys. This is Sandra8675. Thank you for joining me here today for yet another video on Second Life Lifestyle. Today am going to be talking about unspoken rules in SL. And this is an old challenge that was actually made by Strawberry. And you know what? I'll go ahead and link her video down below. It's a classic. Everybody should watch it. Actually, everybody should watch everything on her channel. She really kind of set the tone for other SL YouTubers that are coming behind her. We all kind of do our own thing. However, she was one of the first ones, and she really made a big impact. She's got a huge amount of views on her video on unspoken rules and just all of her videos in general. It's crazy how many views she would get on her videos. So that's not something to be ignored, in my opinion. So yeah, I'll link her video channel down below. She doesn't make videos anymore on her own. Now she works for Linden Labs and she makes videos on that channel. I don't think she's allowed to make her own content anymore on her own channel. I could be wrong. I don't know all of the details on that. But regardless, for those of you who don't know, I am Sandra8675 and I focus on Second Life lifestyle type issues, content that I find interesting or helpful in some type of way. And I have always been interested in the video, like I said, that Strawberry made on unspoken rules and SL. I've seen a couple people make this video, and some people are a little bit more tame on kind of what they're willing to say and what they're willing to cover. Other ones are, you know, a little bit more willing to put a little bit more out there. I think I fall somewhere in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and I have notes and we're going to go through a couple. I'm going to call it the top 10. However, there's a couple extra ones beyond the top 10, but we'll just call it the top 10 just for the sake of the video. All right. So unspoken rules. So these are things that we think or feel in SL from being familiar with the platform, the rules that we wish others would follow, but that many times others don't. Again, keep in mind, this is strictly my own opinion. This has nothing to do with anyone else. Other people might feel the same way. However, these are just strictly views based on my own opinion and my own personal experiences. All right, so let's go ahead and go to number 1. And like I said, I have notes, so I'm going to be looking back on my notes because boy, oh boy, do I have some stuff to say. Okay. All right, so number 1, the unspoken rule. This is a pet peeve of mine. A lot of these are more like pet peeves than anything within the SL platform. But my first number 1 is when you're at a sim and you're talking to someone, do not stand too close to the person. Meaning, even though it's an SL platform, and but you have to remember that there's real people behind the AVI, and we all have thoughts and feelings. And we all have, you know, in a sense, we have personal space. So, you know, it's one of those things like when somebody stands too close to you in real life, you'll tend to back up a little bit because they're kind of, you don't know them, you might not feel comfortable with them, and they're kind of taking up your personal space. It's the same in SL. It's funny how many, funny meaning interesting, how many kind of experiences or thoughts or feelings translate from real life into SL. And this is one of them. So just as far as physical space within the platform. Uh, Pet peeve, don't stand too close until you know the person and you know it's okay to do so. All right. All right, let's go ahead and go on to number 2. All right. Number 2. Okay, this is based on number 1, you guys. I guess I was, in my mind, I was ranting a little bit when I was writing these out. I have, when chatting with someone new, ask if it's okay to stand near them. Okay, so that's very much based on, number 1. Just, don't stand too close. And if you want to come stand closer, ask if it's okay. I will say that there has been times when I've been on a sim and I've been chatting with people. Let me see how specific I could be. I many times will chat with people. I'm very open to chatting with new people about whatever, meeting new people like that. And I was chatting with someone for, a little bit. And this has happened more than a couple times, but then what happened is a lot of times you're chatting and then you turn around and then you find that the person is just kind of like standing almost on top of you, and I was like, wow, you were across the other side of the sim not more than a couple seconds ago, and then now you're suddenly, standing ultra close. I guess it depends on the people. This might not bother a lot of people, but anyway, pet peeve of mine. All right, let's go on to the next one. I don't want to spend too much time on this. All right, next one. All right, we got number 3. Okay, this happens every so often, but I have do not follow someone when they walk away. All right, so, like I said, a lot of these things translate from real life into SL. So in other words, if you're talking to someone, be it a man or a woman, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if you're thinking you might be interested in a person more than a friend, or if you're just friends. Sometimes as you're talking to people, it becomes more clear that it's not going to work out for whatever reason. And, sometimes you just got to go with your gut and just be like, hey, it's just, this person's turning me off or whatever, be it good or bad. That's just the way you feel. And it is what it is. And if someone turns to walk away or leaves the area, don't follow them. Don't follow them. It's just, that's not cool at all. Because, in other words, the person is leaving the situation for a reason, and to follow them and continue trying to talk to them or trying to get their attention after they've already decided to leave is just, like I said, just not cool. All right, let's go ahead and go on to the next one. Let me see, what are we on here, you guys? Okay, we're going on to number 4 now. We're on number 4 already. Okay, so I have read the person's profile. If the profile states that someone has a partner, do not keep asking the person to cuddle with you or be intimate or whatever. I know that people have different opinions on this. Now, there's a lot of things written in a lot of people's profiles. And I realized that SL has a vast amount of people that are on the SL platform at all times of the day and night. And we all come from different places, different backgrounds, what have you. And I understand, I know that a lot of people will write things in the profile like that they have a partner, but then it doesn't mean that they don't engage in certain types of activities, even though they have a partner. I'm kind of trying to keep this G-rated. So, because there's no need to say anything that's not G-rated here in this particular video. So, yeah, so anyway, when somebody has something written in the profile, especially that they have a partner, I know that it can be confusing because a lot of people ignore that. Or a lot of people think that the partner thing is just a frivolous, meaningless thing that some people do in SL and it doesn't really mean anything. And, a lot of people are of the opinion, just go ahead and do whatever you want to do. Why does it matter? Who cares? It's just, it's just a virtual platform. It doesn't mean anything. And what I have to say to that is it just really depends on the individual. And I think that if something is said in somebody's profile, like they have a partner, I really think that you have to consider that that is written in the person's profile. And usually I find that if you talk to people and you ask somebody about it, I have found that people in general on SL are very straightforward and they will tell you if they still engage in certain activities or not outside of being with their partner. So I really think, you have to respect the fact that it's written in the profile, but then just talk to the person about it, because I can only speak for myself. I'm not speaking for anyone else, but I just lost my train of thought for a second there. I do have somebody that I see in SL. I've been with him for years now, a partner of mine, and I do not engage in outside activities with other people. Okay, and usually if people, not usually, like if people ask me, I'll just tell them, like, that's just the way it is. And, is this, I mean, I don't really care how other people feel about it. That's just the way I feel about it. I don't do certain things, and other people can do whatever they want. I'm not judging other people or telling other people what to do or what not to do. People are free to do whatever they want to do in SL. I'm just saying what I do, and the fact that I do remain very open in explaining these things to other people if, they act like they're, wanting more than what I'm accustomed to giving. All right, so I'm just going to leave it like that. But yeah, I just say, respect the profile. That's all. Respect the profile. And if you have questions about it, then ask the person. And I find that, most people, like if they have something written in their profile and they're willing to still engage in certain activities, they will tell you, so there you go. All right, let's go on to the next one. All right, I don't know if you guys are finding this interesting or not, but I think it's always interesting how different people view SL and how they handle situations. And because I think that there's a certain segment of society that in SL, I'm keeping this totally about SL, but I think there's a certain segment of people in SL that choose to write whatever they write in the profile, or they have partners from years ago and they just never bothered to follow through and ex-nay that person out of their partner list or get rid of that license thing or whatever. And then there's a segment of society that has a partner, but they still engage in activities outside of activities they have with their partner. And then there's those of us who fall into the latter category that do have a partner and we don't do certain things, activities with others. So, yeah, just like real life. All right, let me see here. What do I have? What was that? Okay, so we're on number 5. Okay, okay. I could tell I was getting frustrated when I was writing these notes. Okay, I have, do not tell me how wrong I am for not wanting to cuddle with you. This happens a lot. Again, this is a little bit of a pet peeve of mine. Sometimes I laugh about it afterwards, but many times you will tell somebody, hey, sorry, I'm not interested. Sorry, you guys, I need to fix this thing. Otherwise, it's going to drive me crazy. But yeah, sometimes you'll tell somebody, hey, I'm either not interested in doing that, or, I am with somebody, so I don't do that. It just, like I said, it is what it is. And the person that you're speaking to will then go on and kind of throw a little fit, saying that you're totally wrong and being, stupid for not wanting to do certain things with them. And, the thing is, just like real life, you're not wrong for not wanting to do certain things. We all have a right to make our own decision about things, regardless of what they are. And if you feel uncomfortable with something, regardless of what the reason, it doesn't matter why you feel uncomfortable. But if you feel uncomfortable with something that's going on in SL, or with a certain person in SL, or whatever, you have a right to say that you're not interested in engaging in whatever it is. I don't care if it's engaging in actual activities, or if it's just engaging in a situation, conversation, whatever. You have a right to not, partake in that type of stuff. And it doesn't really matter how the other person feels. If you feel like you don't want to do something, then don't do it. And don't feel pressured into it. Just leave the situation. And because the person that matters the most is you in that situation and how you feel. And as long as you're not hurting anybody or, whatever, you're fine. Just don't feel pushed into situations in SL, or just don't get hung up on how other people feel about you. Because I've been called every name under the book in SL for not wanting to engage in certain activities with men. Like, they'll chat with you a couple moments and then they'll, want to take it to the next level. And when you say, as a woman, when you say no, a lot of people don't take kindly to that. But you know what? I just don't care. I'm good with my decision. They could feel however they want about, what I think or what I want to do. I just do my own thing. I don't, as long as I'm not hurting anybody, I don't really care what others think about what I'm doing. I have to do what makes me feel comfortable. All right. So anyway, let's go on to the next one. What are we on now? Goodness. Number 6. Okay. This one. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. It's funny because I have such a thing about this one. Number 6. Okay. If I am sitting on furniture, or if anyone's sitting on furniture, not just me, anybody who is sitting on furniture, please do not jump on them. Do not jump on the person sitting on the furniture without invitation. Okay, that's not cool. Just don't do it. Because some furniture is adult. And, All right, let me tell you guys what happened, and then it's kind of funny, but I don't. I'll tell you guys something sad about me. I do not sit on SL furniture in public anymore, ever, unless my boyfriend is with me. Okay, I don't do it. Now, if I'm at a location that is not considered adult, then I will sit on the furniture and be fine. Like if I'm at a coffee shop or, whatever, yeah, then I will. But if I'm anywhere that's questionable, like this one time, I'll tell you what happened. This one time I was on a beach. And I was on a beach and I was by myself. And I had never had a problem at that sim before, ever. And I was wearing a bathing suit. So it's not like, anything. I had a bathing suit on, a bikini. And I was sitting on the beach on a piece of beach furniture by the ocean. And I was just sitting there. And I wasn't chatting with anybody or anything. I was just sitting there. A lot of times I used to, not so much anymore, but I used to go to this one particular beach and I would sit on the furniture. This is when I first started SL, and I would kind of work on my wardrobe. Yeah. And that's what I would do. And I would leave my AVI sitting on the furniture and I would be, checking back and forth on her as I was working on my inventory, wardrobe, whatever. And this one time, and I was not away from my AVI, like I was looking at Sandra. And this guy walked by and saw that I guess, was not with anybody. And he just jumped on me. And, all right. Hold on, you guys. I'm gonna. I don't know how to block people in chat while I'm filming. Okay, see, I need to ask somebody about that. I keep getting these bots that make comments that don't really mean anything. It's just gibberish, but I don't know how to block them as I'm doing the stream live. All right, anyway, I need to ask somebody about that. Okay, back to the story. So this guy jumps on me while I'm sitting on this piece of furniture, and then I was new to SL, and I went into a complete panic, trying to, when you're not used to using the system a lot, these type of things happen. I was trying to move my AVI off the piece of furniture, but for some reason it was very difficult for me to get her up off the piece of furniture. And this guy just was not being nice. And so I couldn't get her up off the furniture. I couldn't make her stand up. So I did what most people will tell you to do in a situation like that, is I finally just logged out. Because if you log out, that basically fixes the problem. Then when you log back in, you go back to your home location. So that's what I ended up doing. And actually, that was the moment that, I don't sit on furniture anymore unless my boyfriend is with me and I'm sitting with him. I will basically stand because I didn't like that happened. Yeah. So again, just don't jump on people without invitation on furniture. Not cool. Oh, and by the way, I will throw this out there. I didn't know this until several people explained it to me, because that's been a story I've told many people, in SL and stuff, is something that's bothered me. And I was told that if somebody does that, that's actually against the rules. Like you're not allowed to do that to people in SL. Like you can't go jumping on people or grabbing people and stuff without their permission. So anyway, you can turn the person in. Oh, you can make a report on the person and turn them in to the people that run the sim. And then most of the time, I can't guarantee all of the time, but most of the time the sim will turn around and ban that person. Yeah, because you're not allowed to basically harass people in SL just for the hell of it. You can't do that. There are some sims where it's okay to do that, or there's some type of agreement that it's okay to do that, in which case it would be okay. But in general, if you're just like sitting on a piece of beach furniture or whatever, uh, it's not okay for people to just jump on you guys. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. All right. So I just didn't know about the reports. I didn't know if it was even possible to make a report on somebody. But yeah, you could totally make a report, and I think you should. I don't think it's cool. I think you should. That happened to me that one time on the beach, and then it happened to me one time at another location. Both times were very dramatic for me, and like I said, I just don't. Since experiencing that, I not only do not sit on furniture, I also, that's part of the reason I don't stand very close to people who I don't know, because even though it's not okay for them to grab you, like it's labeled as kind of like a harassment type thing, but sometimes, there's individuals that will do that. Let's face it, there's all kinds of people on SL. And so that's why I tend not to stand very close to people whom I don't know, depending upon the situation and how I'm viewing it. And yeah, so anyway. All right, let's go ahead and go on to the next one. You guys are just finding out so much about me through this. All right, very eye-opening, I'm sure. All right, number 7. What do we have here? Do not start talking extremely suggestive, as if the person has written in their profile that they have a partner. All right, so this goes back to, again, reading the person's profile. If they have a partner, simply ask. You have to ask, are you okay with doing this? Are you okay with doing that? Usually the person will tell you, hey, yeah, it's totally cool. I do that. It's fine. I have a partner, but, we are, have an open relationship situation. Or, hey, no, I have a partner. I just don't do that. Sorry, we could chat, but, that's it. So sometimes depending on where you're at, sometimes men, I'm saying men, I guess it could happen with women too, but anyway, sometimes suggestive talk will start being done without even, like, sometimes you're like, whoa, I don't know you, like, you haven't even said hi to me, you're gonna say that, so again, ask if it's okay. That's it. Just ask. All right. So, and then and then if it's not okay with the person, move on to the next person, whatever. All right, let me see. Let's go on to number 8. Okay, this is about shopping. Okay, oh goodness. Pet peeves about shopping in SL. Okay, so I have, when shopping on a crowded sim and you TP to the store, do not stand right in front of the item that's for sale. Don't do that. Ugh. I see that so often, and it drives me crazy. Like say the Saturday sale, or the what else is there? There's a Saturday sale, then there's a 16 Linden weekend sale. It doesn't matter what sale it is. stand back. Like once you TP to the store, stand back, learn to use the camera controls and cam into the item and look at it closer or whatever you want to do. But don't stand right in front of an item and block people from using it and or block people from buying it or clicking on a demo or whatever. And the thing is, this could be a second pet peeve connected to this one we're talking about. But I know that you can. A lot of people will say, well, you could derez people. You could derez them. You could even blacklist them, whatever, so that you don't have to see them anymore. Because once you derez somebody, it makes their AVI completely transparent, like you don't see them anymore. And it's like, yeah, you can do that. It's totally fine. And then you could see through them and then they're not in the way anymore. But I think that's a little extreme. I don't think we should have to do that. And I feel strongly that people should just not block sale items. There you go. All right, let's go ahead. Next one. Number 9. Okay, when you TP to a store, move away from the landing point immediately. So yeah, that's just a real basic one, you guys. But when you TP into a store, just, move out of that spot. Otherwise, especially if you're at a crowded event or somewhere popular where people are trying to grab items for whatever reason, be it a gift or whatever, just, if you land somewhere, move away from that area right away and then either walk around to find the item you want or cam in and get the item. But, as far as the landing point, try to keep that clear for other people trying to come in. Otherwise, it turns into a jumbled mess. Yeah. Because I see people hanging out on landing points all the time, and I don't quite get that. Like why, people are not moving to the side or to another area. That's just always kind of perplexing to me. Yeah. So anyway, let me see. Next one. What do we got? Yeah, okay, so let me see. We got number 10 here. Okay, so I have just because you're on an adult sim, you cannot assume everyone is there for the same reasons. You must respect boundaries. Okay, so I guess it goes back to, again, reading the person's profile, respecting the person's boundaries. I think with after hours type activities, I think we all have to remember that there is a large segment of people that go to sims like that because they just want to watch, or look at people or sit there and figure out how they feel about the situation. But they're not necessarily there to engage in any type of activity. Some people might be, open to talking, and some people might be willing to do more. But again, it's one of those situations you really have to, ask. So yeah, but the thing is that I have noticed myself that about with after hours type sims, there really is a large segment of people that are only there to watch. They're not there to do anything else. They don't even want to chat. So you really have to kind of feel people out and figure out where they're at and what their boundary lines are. Yeah. So I think it's worth mentioning because I think a lot of people, I don't know what other people think, but I think a lot of people are under the impression that after hours sims for certain types of activities beyond G-rated activities. I feel like there's some people that are not used to sims like that, and they feel like you're going to land on a sim like that and everybody is just going crazy. Like nobody, like it's just like chaos and anarchy, yeah, craziness, and to tell the truth, it's not like that. It's just not. Uh, you know, all sims are set up in a way that, you go to the sim and you have to talk to people a little bit to understand, why they're there, what they're into, if they want to role play, just basic stuff you do on any sim. It works the same with after hours type sims for activities beyond G-rated ones. And it's kind of, me and some people were talking about this, the amount of people that go to adult sims that do not engage in any type of activity is kind of mind-blowing. Just meaning that a lot of people are standing around watching. Yeah. So, and they're not interested in doing anything else, which is fine. Again, it's fine. I'm not judging. It's fine. I'm just saying that it's not chaos and anarchy when you go to these places. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead. Go to the next one. What do we got here? Oh, sorry, you guys. I never cough all day, but then when I start filming, it's like there it goes. Okay, so this is just a general one. Number 11, when you're on a sim, try to respect the theme. Yeah, so basically, I just, some sims, yeah, if I could talk here, some sims are have a lot more of a heavy theme than other ones. But, there's many different types of sims out there. There's cyberpunk, which is heavily themed. When you go there, they really do expect you to dress in cyberpunk gear and look the part. This is how I feel. Again, remember, this is stuff that's based on my own opinion and my own experiences. And then, there's cyberpunk, and then there used to be this like Western sim that I would go to. And when you went there, they really did expect you to dress the part in Western gear and stuff. It's not okay to like TP in there and be wearing jeans and a t-shirt. Like they want you to look the part, like meaning pay attention to what year the sim is focusing on. This was one that was more, goodness, I can't even, like maybe, I don't know, maybe like the 1800s and stuff. You just got to pay attention to what the sim is focusing on and try to, respect that. It makes it more fun for everybody if everybody kind of, engages in the theme. And it's the same for, honestly, it's the same for, even something like an after hours sim, just if they have certain attire that they ask you to wear or whatever, they're trying to get everybody into the theme of the sim. And, I just kind of feel like if you're not interested in doing that, then maybe that's not the sim for you. But I think if you do drop into a sim, try to, engage in what they have set up, because it makes it a better experience for everybody involved. Yeah. All right. And let me see. Number 12. Okay. This one's a funny one. Okay, I have don't be creepy. Do not take pictures of people and send them to the person afterwards, or put them on the internet. Okay, I know this one is highly controversial, and I don't know. So this has happened a few times, and it's amazing the stuff you run into on SL. But yeah, the picture thing, okay, because I know I have a feeling some people are going to have some different opinions here, which is fine. No one has to agree with me. But I realize that SL is a public platform, meaning that people can see you. You're on the platform and other people can see what you're doing, what you're wearing, who you're talking to, whatever. And you have to keep these things in mind, that others can view you. It's not a secret what you're doing or what you're wearing or how you're acting. But try not to take photos of people, especially if I'm not going to explain it here, but if they are not engaging in G-rated activities, then it probably might not be cool to take a picture of them and, think it's funny and send it to them, or just take a photo of them and post it on the internet. I think personally that it's best to ask the person. I think, like I said, it's one of those things, if somebody has a problem with it, I think that they will let you know. And I think if they do not have a problem with it, they will let you know. Like if they don't care and they're cool, then whatever. But I think out of courtesy, you should ask. I realize you don't have to ask because there's not like a rule against that because it's a public platform. But I really do feel like you should ask if it's okay. And if it's okay with the person, then whatever. But if it's not, then I think you should move on to the next person and, find somebody that it is okay to do that with or whatever. Yeah. All right. Well, you guys, let me double check. Goodness, I think we went through all of these. Yeah, that's all of them. Yeah. So we had the top 10 ones and then a couple extras thrown in there. So you guys, I hope you found this interesting in some type of way. I think it's always interesting to know how others think and how they view SL. I think it's just a very interesting thing because SL itself is full of so many people from so many different diverse backgrounds that we all think and view things differently, which is one of the things that I think makes SL such a unique situation and platform for us all to be sharing. So, yeah, even though all of my experiences have not been 100% positive, I think they have all been so interesting. And so many things have pushed the boundaries of kind of how I view things, how I deal with things. And, again, such a unique experience on SL. This is why this is such a unique little piece of virtual reality we are all sharing, and why I think we need to preserve this game and help it be successful and continue thriving and all that good stuff. All right, so you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Stay tuned for the next video. The next video is going to be on my Unfiltered series. I'm going to be doing that next. I'm trying to just keep on with the momentum, keep moving forward, keep filming, and I will go ahead and see you next time. Take care. Bye.